A metronome is an amazing free resource that will really help you level up your finger cymbal playing. The problem is a lot of people don't actually even know how to use a metronome. So if you fall into this category, but you would like to dive into this incredible resource to make your finger cymbal playing even stronger and better, then join me in this video and I'm going to show you the basics of how to use a metronome in your finger cymbal practice. My name is Sahira, and I'm here to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. So you can find free metronomes anywhere. There's an app for every kind of phone. You can even just get online and type in metronome in Google and it'll pull up a metronome online for you. I use an app called Metronome Pro. I actually use the free version. I think I've had it for probably at least 15, 20 years or more, and it works great. So I'll put a link below in case you want to grab that one so you could follow along this tutorial with me. Like I said, it should be free and it's fantastic. So go ahead and open up your metronome. I'm going to open up my metronome for you here. When you open up your metronome, the default settings are probably going to be exactly kind of where you want to start. You'll see along the top it has tempo, that's how fast you're going. It has TS, which stands for time signature, and then subdiv is subdivision. You don't really have to worry about time signature and subdivision too much, but if you do have the ability to set it and it is not on 4/4, you're going to want to fix that. 4/4 is the standard that we use typically when we are belly dancing. Most belly dance music is in 4/4. Most music you hear on the radio is in 4/4. And all that means is that there are 4 beats in a measure and a quarter note gets the beat. And you don't need to know exactly what that means. Just know that that's going to work for your practice unless you're doing something like a semi or a kashmar. We can talk about that in another video. So if for any reason it is not set up on 4/4, you can click here on time signature and change, how many beats there are in a measure or change which kind of note gets the beat. But 4/4 is definitely where we want to be. So the only other thing that you have to adjust to get ready for your practice is the tempo. This is currently set at 100. Let's listen to see how fast that is. What I love about this metronome is that it not only has the sound of the ticking, but it also has a light. So for any reason I don't want the sound on, or the sound is annoying, or my zills are too loud and I can't hear it anymore, then the light will show me how quickly I'm going. You'll notice it's clicking away 3 that sound the same and 1 that sounds different. That first one is the downbeat, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what metronome marking should you start at? I get asked this all the time, and it totally depends on what are you playing, how difficult is it, and how comfortable are you playing it, right? 100 is a nice tempo for a lot of zill music, but sometimes it's a bit fast to start. So I'll often tell my students, try starting at 60 or try starting at 80 if that feels good. On this app, all I have to do is turn this wheel and I can take it all the way down to 60 if I wanted to start here. And let's listen to what 60 beats per minute sounds like. This is literally going to be 1 beat every second because there's 60 in a minute, right? So much slower. Now that you know how to set up your metronome, how are you going to use your metronome? All right, so let's go ahead and use that metronome. When you're using the metronome, you really have to pay attention to the lights that are blinking or that sound that is ticking away because you are trying to make your finger cymbals match. You're trying to make it match. Now, the metronome is ticking away quarter notes, which is not what we're playing. We're usually playing 16th notes, which are 4 times as fast. So I'm going to go ahead and start the metronome, count for you the quarter notes, count for you 16th notes, and then we're going to play 16th notes with the metronome, making sure that we are matching up our zilling with the metronome so it's nice and clean and clear. Yeah, so I've got it set at 80 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to play 16th notes, which will go like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. I'm going to make sure that every 4th 16th note lines up perfectly with that light or with that click. Yeah, pick any sound you'd like to. I'm going to stick with ticks for now because it'll be nice and clean and clear with no ring. And I'm going to try to make it fit right on top of that metronome. We go on 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Nice and clean and clear, nice and steady. 2 more rounds. Last round. Yes, nicely done. So that's what it should sound like when you are completely matched up with the metronome. Oftentimes, what the metronome will help you correct is unevenness in tempo between your 2 hands, or the ability, like if you're starting to speed up or slow down. So what I'd like to do now, I'm going to turn the metronome on again and let you hear what it sounds like if I'm doing it incorrectly. I can play incorrect zilling over the metronome and not be aware that it's incorrect zilling unless I'm really paying attention, right? We really want those beats to hook right into the tempo, to fall right into the pulse or the heartbeat of the tempo. But what if I move too fast? Or what if my hands are uneven? What will that sound like? How can I correct it? Let's go ahead and check that out now. All right, so we have our 80 beats per minute going again. This time I'm going to play and I'm going to show you what happens if I start to go too fast, too slow, or have unevenness in my hands as I play. 7, 8. So this is locked in, right? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. What if I start to slow down? So I'm still playing, but it's not hooking in. And here's what happens if my hands are a little uneven, right? You want 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. They're nice and even, clean and clear, and sitting right on the beat. 1 more round. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that, my friend, is the basics on how to use a metronome for your finger cymbal practice. The beauty of a metronome is it really allows you to see your progress. What I recommend is grabbing your belly dance notebook and putting down the time marking of a pattern that you're working on, be it the gallop or the bellady or something more complex. Get there with your metronome. Make sure you can play cleanly, and clearly at a certain tempo marking. And then as you practice it, see if next week you can bump it up 5 beats per minute, right? And see what happens. There you can see how you can get faster and still maintain that really clean, clear, even sound that is the hallmark of beautiful finger cymbal playing. If you're looking for a fabulous community of finger cymbal players that you can connect with and share practice resources with, as well as connect with me and get some fantastic tutorials to help you with your practice, join my free Facebook group, Zilicious. It's like delicious, but with a zill. Yeah. So here at bellydances.com/zilicious and join the conversation. And then let me know, what is your biggest challenge when you play the finger cymbals? Maybe your topic of conversation could be the topic of my next video. I cannot wait to make music on the dance floor with you very soon. Thanks for joining me.